Buckle up.
Hold on tight now, boys and girls. All right. Talk to me.
Hey, Mark, this is Jay in Chicago.
Hey, Jay, it's happening.
Nice to talk to you. I have a question for you.
Okay.
But I also want to note I actually appreciate you going out of your lane from time to time.
Jay, I don't have a lane. It's a character flaw of mine. I don't have a lane. And, I've got, like these, you don't hear anybody say anything about my lane when we start talking about movies with Musser. Right. Here, Musser is a law enforcement protection, kind of guy like that. And I'm a petroleum geologist and a strength coach and everything. Here we are talking about movies. But nobody bitches about both of us being out of our lanes when we talk about the fucking movies.
Right. What
is it about all this other shit that prompts these comments about being out of our lane? I don't understand it. But I'm glad you appreciate the variety nature of our job here at StartingStrength.com.
Well, I would tend to not agree with you on a lot of things, but I appreciate hearing other ideas. I'm surprised more people don't appreciate that. But
well,
that's kind of where we're at.
I appreciate your having said that. I read around quite a bit, and I'm not just familiar with the drivel that spills down from Fox News any more than I am only familiar with the drivel that drips from the bloated udders of CNN. I look at all of it and I do the math and I arrive at an answer to the equation. And, you can, fault me for my math. But if the math is there, then the equation is solved. Right? So
sure. Well, that's kind of my question for you. So
right.
I listened to your episode on the labor market, which I thought was interesting.
So yeah, we talked in general with Ray Gillenwater about the labor market and specifically what how that applies to what we're trying to get done with Starting Strength gyms. And I stand by everything I said about higher education and apprenticeship and all that other stuff with respect to that topic, So what's your point?
Well, so I kind of hear you on obviously the government sent all the stimulus into the economy, which caused people to basically spend like crazy at a time when supply wasn't there,
right?
Which is causing inflation, and we're seeing all this craziness.
Right.
But it would seem to me that your business is being helped by all of this. I was just interested in your thoughts on that.
Well, here's my thoughts
week,
on
there's
it.
more
All right.
opening.
Anytime you get into an inflationary situation, all right, my business may be being helped by this in terms of but if overhead goes up as income goes up, net is zero.
Or it's reduced.
Or it's reduced.
It's just reduced. But we're fortunate to have set up a thing where, regardless of what the situation would have been, we still probably would have been doing pretty well. And yeah, I think we've benefited from the format and the footprint of the gyms, just because it happened to be that everybody was terrified of being around other people. But just the simple fact that we've happened to come out of this okay or even better doesn't negate the fact that the situation
shitty.
It's fucked up.
Is real fucked up. And in fact, it's been observed that this is probably the worst business climate in the history of the United States. This is certainly far worse than anything that we experienced during World War II. You would probably have to go back to the Civil War in the 1860s to find a more fucked up business climate than we're in right this minute. You have the federal government actively undermining business by printing money and handing it to people that now don't have to work in those businesses. And the businesses go out of business. And productivity all over the economy is adversely affected. And this is government policy. This is insanity. There's not anything sane about this. I mean, it's not like we don't know what inflation is. It's not like we don't know what causes inflation. It's not like we haven't had example after example throughout history of other countries fucking this thing up like this. You know, it's not like we don't have examples within recent history of the United States government fucking all this up. But never has the United States government fucked it up this bad. Never.